astrology soulmates. It's me, Stormie Grace, and welcome to your horoscope for the week of September 6th, where this week it's actually relatively quiet in terms of big up and downs in the weeks. But what that tells us is that we're going to sit under the influence of energies that have already been going on, and we are also going to see that we are sitting under a moon influence over this next 4 weeks, but I think you'll feel it quite intensely this week. So let's get in here and talk about what's going on this week. I also want to remind you that if you are following the free YouTube Academy, we are back in session. Click into the playlist. I'll also put a card in the video up above so you can just click it and watch the back to school video that Tracy Rogers brought us into, where we started about actually writing a horoscope. So if you have been practicing seeing astrology for a while and you don't know how to actually write the horoscope, get it ready. What do I do every week when I'm presenting these videos, or every month? Tracy walks you through step by step how to be able to do that. And also this week, we're going to practice how you use astrology for rituals with Bill Duvendak. And I'm also going to bring you a friend to the eat and greets this week, all the way from India. So it's a busy week in terms of content around here, and I hope you are ready to rock, and I hope you're ready to watch, okay? All right, so coming into this week, we are coming off of some energy that happened last week, most specifically on the 2nd, where we saw the Mars and Neptune retrograde opposition. Now, if you want to really get into that energy and that what was happening under that aspect, I've got a video for you right here. Check that out. But ultimately, what that could have put us in a position where it's like my will to compete, my will to like get out there and drive and push forward feels like it's a bit diminished. And I'm having to really get my tacos in a row. You know, I'm having to look at what I've got going on, what my ideals are, things that I believe, and see if this is really real. Is this what I want to be working on? Is this what I want to be doing? And it can make the energy feel low and slow. I'm kind of tired. I feel like I'm not having a good time. It can feel draggy, for absolutely certain. And then as we came throughout the weekend, I think that there was a bit more solution last weekend, especially because Mercury would have trine Saturn retrograde, and then we had Venus square Pluto just on Sunday before the video for these energies is going to kick in. So feel free to back up and watch last week's video to really get a key for the energies that were going in place and see how they're following you forward this week, okay? But now as we come into this week on the 6th, we've got a couple things going on. First of all, it's Labor Day in the United States, and people wait for this like all year long. So it's a pretty exciting time in that regard. Also, our friends who are celebrating Rosh Hashanah will begin. So I would love to know more about Rosh Hashanah and what it means for you. If you have information of personal experience, please share in the comment section down below. I always love to understand how the festivals, how the holy days incorporate into the year, so please let me know. But we also have a new moon happening. This is going to be a new moon in the energy of Virgo. Now, a new moon is when we plant our seeds of intention. The sky is dark. It is dark. So we're working with the soil of magic. It's very fertile soil, but we're planting our seeds of intention in the dark. And then we have to get out of the way and let them blossom. Now, in the energy of Virgo, we've got our insides and our outsides. The sun and the moon, our two luminaries, our two lit bodies in the sky right next to each other, which means anything is possible to create here. In Virgo, we're trying to create the most perfect, the most healthy, the best version of whichever area of our chart this is falling into. We want the very best that this area can breed, but we also want it to be organized, right? In Virgo, I also think that there is big news to taking stock of the sacred in everyday living. You know, are the everyday living chores that you've got going in your life, do you just feel like they're obligations, or are you able to find the space of joy and beauty in doing them? Are you finding the joy of imperfection in your life? But whatever it is, under the Virgo new moon, we're planting our seeds of intention to begin something new, to let it be as discerning, as organized, as of service, as healthy as Virgo energy is. At this particular moon, which there is a whole full, or there's a whole new moon breakdown in this video right here and also in the playlist. We've got Virgo though in a nice trine with Uranus, who's retrograde here. So we've got this trine between Virgo and Taurus, so it's an earth trine, which is really quite lovely. Now this Uranus energy, Uranus has recently gone retrograde, okay? So what we're having here, though, is an opportunity for some excitement. The Virgo moon is ready to start something fresh, start something new, give it a whole different direction, right? Or a different perspective. Uranus is retrograde, so he's bringing back, quite surprisingly, something from the past that is exciting. It's passionate, it's unexpected, and it is a part of your fresh start going forward. It's like an old project. It's an old value that you had. It's an old way of making money. Something like that comes back to your consciousness. You're planting it in your soil of magic to make it the best that it can be. Prime example, I have to tell you that it was under a Uranus retrograde that I started Stormie Grace. I had always known I wanted to have some kind of metaphysical or healing practice in some way, shape, or form. The planets, the times, and all of these other transits aligned, but it was under a Uranus retrograde that it came rushing back to my table, and I took action to get Stormie Grace started, and it actually got started under that. So it's very exciting to think about this. What's this exciting, surprising opportunity for you that is riding and rising back to the table? Get the full new moon breakdown in that video up above, okay? Now we're going to travel and have that energy with us all week. Now keep in mind, we've also had some other energies at play. That Mars-Neptune opposition has rocked our socks. We have maybe had to slow down and really take stock, and I think that that travels with us as we move through this week. But then we get to Friday, and we're going to have an energetic shift, okay? Venus is going to move into the energy of Scorpio. Now, traditionally, Venus is considered to be in detriment here because Venus can't just do what she wants. She doesn't just love everybody. In the energy of Scorpio, Scorpio is like, yeah, I mean, we respect people, but we maybe don't love everybody, Venus. Why are you telling everybody you love them? You know what I mean? So it gets very serious. But what we're looking for as Venus moves into the energy of Scorpio, and we can expect to see and experience in the energy, is an intensity. There is an intensity with what I love, what I covet, what I value. There's a depth in my relationships. There's a seriousness in my money, right? And I'm willing to probe below the surface to find out what is really here. You know, if you're in a partnership, whether it be business, whether it be personal, that is strong. It's in a good place. This could feel really intense, but it feels like the good, intense kind of digging. We're really getting into our books, right? We're seeing how this money thing is working out. We're really getting into our relationship, and I am celebrating the fact that you're coming to me and telling me you're struggling or you're being challenged. We're in the intimacy of what is happening here. Now, Venus in Scorpio runs high. It's intense. It's passionate. It is all the, right? There's a depth to this kind of pleasure. So, depending on how things are manifesting in your life, I do want you to be aware that until we get into this October time frame, you could absolutely see relationships feeling high intensity. And maybe you like that intensity, you like that passion. But if it's not productive, if it's not helping you be the very best that you can be, take the passion in a different direction, channel it to something else, right? I will tell you as well, I have written an entire set of books. I have started a business that came off of the intensity of a relationship I could not force to work if I tried, and there was a lot of intensity that came with it, right? And instead that got channeled into a successful little business that's happening over here. So think of it in context like that. You can absolutely use it for your growth and your development and to really create something deep and delicious instead of something destructive. Ooh, you can tell Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde. Now, something else I want you to think about with Venus in Scorpio. As information about us has been revealed to us, it can be uncomfortable and even scary sometimes to see. We are passionately excited as the new moon comes around because it's like, yes, let's do it. Let's move forward. I am ready for change. But in order to have something different, you have to do something different. And this sometimes runs us into our own challenge, the challenge of ourselves. I do think that Venus eases our ability to see it and to work with this energy. It allows us to transform with a bit more ease because Venus does bring a beauty brings a magnetism to this particular area of the chart. So I do think that it creates some ease around seeing what we need to see as well. Just remember, when Venus is in Scorpio, you do not chase, you are tracked, and you are unavailable for unavailable, whether that be businesses, people, or any other opportunity, okay? All right, you guys, I think it is going to be a week where I will tell you hold steady with your energy. This new moon is loaded with the number 4. If you study numerology, it is a nice, steady number. It's serious minded, it's focused, but it is steady. So hold steady in your energies this week. Ground, breathe, make sure you're rooted into the earth. Make sure you are standing stacked right in a straight line so you can receive your energies, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, I look forward to walking with you next week through what is going to be coming. I look forward to bringing you this beautiful content this week. So like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and please, for sure, make sure you check out the video of Gordon Mullins, the unlikely astrologer, and myself as we break down all of the energies for every week of September right here on YouTube. And if you like Instagram better, we've also got it on Instagram. So I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.